P2B arriving at the ongoing conference of the NBA in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. A man propagandists always like to say that he has lost the momentum. They always try to say everything to play down his strength. Look at the way lawyers went wild at the mention of his name.
Gentlemen, I would appreciate if you...
Before we hear what P2B said at the conference, something remarkable happened at the ongoing conference of the NBA. A brave lawyer stood up, took the mic, and told Rotimi Amaechi to his face that he's not going to win the presidential election in 2027. Of course, by making that statement, he was referring to Atiku Abubakar because Rotimi Amaechi is not the presidential candidate of the ADC. He is the vice presidential candidate. And instead of taking it like a man, he's a politician like he claims. He's been in politics for over 40 years, and being told something like that in public, he should have comported himself better instead of asking for the man's ethnicity. Do you know what that means? Someone that is contesting to become the vice president of this country. Someone tells him something in public, instead of responding to the person like a politician would do, he started out by asking the person's ethnicity. What this shows is that Rotimi Amaechi wants it to look like, it's only P2B's brothers or maybe Igbo people that can tell him such a thing. That maybe an Hausa person or a Yoruba person will not tell him to his face that he cannot win the presidential election. Let's hear what the guy said. After that, we'll hear Rotimi Amaechi's response.
Now, we all know how APC came about by several parties coming together. Several parties coming together to form the APC. Now, my question goes to Your Excellency, Mr. Rotimi Amaechi. You made bold to say that Mr. Sowore cannot win the presidential election. With all due respect, I also make bold to say that, with all due respect, sir, you also cannot win the presidential election. Why can't all of you come together to have one party?
Okay.
Because we all know that Mr. Peter Obi is the most popular of all the candidates here. So why can't you come together and give him the support to go against the status quo? Thank you very much.
Yeah, I can't win the election. You know why I wanted to ask where he comes from? Where he comes from will give you the reason why he's asking the question. But again, among the opposition, the Atiku Amaechi ticket appears to be the brightest. If you look in this hall, I'm the politician. Don't shout. Most of you either be in court or waiting for court cases. I'm the politician. I've been a politician since the age of 22. I'm 61 today. So imagine 40-something years ago.
One thing many politicians fail to understand is that politics is about trust. If people don't have the level of trust they have in P2B in you, then it is over. There is nothing you can do to be able to receive this kind of free love from Nigerians. You can't buy it with money. You can't buy that with anything except the people trust you. That trust is lacking in many politicians in Nigeria today, from Atiku Abubakar, from Rotimi Amaechi that couldn't even keep to his promise. Remember, before the presidential primaries in the ADC, Rotimi Amaechi went on record in an interview and said that he isn't in the race to become the vice presidential candidate, that he is there to win the presidential ticket in the ADC. He was responding to a journalist who asked him whether he would step down for Atiku Abubakar or for any other candidate. In fact, he rebuked the journalist that he is in the race to win, that he will not serve anyone as vice president. But here we are, he has quietly, without celebrating it like others normally do. There was no fanfare. In fact, he never went to press to kind of grant an interview to a TV station or anyone. He wanted Nigerians to feel, it's a normal thing, let it just slide. Because he knows that he made a promise that he will never be VP to anyone. So is it the same Rotimi Amaechi that is here bragging that they will win the election? Where are the votes that will make Atiku Abubakar president and Rotimi Amaechi vice president going to come from? Even in their wildest dreams that Atiku Abubakar ends up winning up to 10 states in the north, that can still make him the president of this country. And even with the ongoing debate of the petroleum subsidy, whether it will be returned like Atiku Abubakar said that if he wins that he will return the subsidy, even with that, many Nigerians can't still trust Atiku Abubakar to do exactly what he promises if he wins the election. He doesn't have that trust. So for someone to be easily elected by Nigerians, for someone to be shown that natural love, when people spend their own money to campaign for you, to make sure you win, they have to have a level of trust in that person. If that trust, that confidence doesn't exist, they are not going to work for you. In 2023, many Nigerians abroad paid for their own flight tickets, flew down to Nigeria, spent money, donated to many groups that worked for P2B to make sure he wins the election. And after they robbed him, these people packed their bags and flew back to their countries of base. No other Nigerian politician enjoys such a thing. Yes, But here we are, they make it feel as if, it's an easy thing because Tinubu is a failure. It will be easy to convince Nigerians to vote for them. No, they fail to understand one thing. Many Nigerians will close their eyes, especially in the South. They will close their eyes and vote for Tinubu if it is only Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar that are on the ballot. This is the reality in southern Nigeria. Not to talk of now that one of the presidential candidates in 2023, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, has now joined forces with P2B, leaving Atiku Abubakar in the wild. And P2B and Rabiu Kwankwaso actually need Atiku Abubakar to be on the ballot in 2027, not the other way around. This is because if Atiku Abubakar is on the ballot, they will be hoping that he will win the same states in the north that he won in 2023. He won the KK states, Katsina and Kaduna State, and some northeast states. If Atiku Abubakar is able to win these states again in 2027, that will obviously reduce the chances of Tinubu and APC winning these states, and it will obviously work in favor of P2B and Rabiu Kwankwaso. If P2B is able to just maintain the states he won in 2023, add that to Kano State, that will obviously spring him to the first position. And as you know, Nigerians will troop in even in more numbers this time around. Unless the suffering is still not enough for some Nigerians, unless they will prefer to vote based on religion or ethnicity or anything compared to the suffering they are going through right now. Anyway, let's hear what P2B said in the NBA conference.
Nigeria is fought today because of the productive country. Somebody came here and talked about hunger. Yes, today, Nigeria is one of the hungriest countries of the world. We got worse in the past 3 years, where we now move from where we are to 109 in the hungriest country. Some of you might not know that in the past 2 years, Ukraine that is at war gave us grain to fight hunger. We are hungry because Nigeria is not a productive country. If we decide today to invest in critical areas of development, which include pulling people out of poverty, by investing in agriculture, we can make more money from agriculture than we make from oil. Countries are doing it, and I'm going to use 1, 2, 3 countries around us to show example. Today, our most stable food is rice. Nigeria produces less than 10 million tons of unmilled rice. A tiny country like Bangladesh produces 60 million tons of unmilled rice, almost 10 times what Nigeria will produce. Bangladesh side is 148,000 square kilometers. That is the size of Bangladesh. That is the size of our 2 biggest states. Niger State at 76.3 and Borno at 70.8. Put together is 147,000. So these 2 states are about the size of Bangladesh. And Bangladesh has 170 million people. Is heavily dense. So we have the place. Today, we are having problem with Borno State because we have Sambisa Forest. Sambisa Forest is a land occupied area of 60,000 square kilometers. That's 3 times the size of Israel. Israel is exporting food. Israel is 22,000 square kilometers. If you times it by 3, 66. We have one state that is this. We can produce food, but people don't want us to produce food. We can go on and on. Ethiopia is exporting tea, coffee. Everybody, Sierra Leone, small countries. We have Taraba, 54,000 square kilometers. We Mandela that can produce tea. Nobody did that. We are going to share oil money. Tiny countries like Netherlands produces 120 billion euros of agricultural material. Without water, there are 3,000 square kilometers. Niger State is 76.3, so it's 2.5 times the size of Netherlands. I can go on and on. So we don't have any problem with poverty. Okay. What we have is that we need to move the country from consumption to production. When you have people stealing public money, let me tell you what to do. You kill entrepreneurship. Okay. Because people are making money without contributing anything. You kill professionalism because people are making money without producing anything. You kill hard work. That is it. Okay. So that is that particular question. The next question I was asked particularly is issue of religion. Somebody mentioned issue of people being stronger than government. Nobody is stronger than government. It is the people in government that are allowing the rascality to continue. Otherwise, we have law, and nobody is above the law anywhere. Otherwise, none of us will be stronger than government. Go to people go to me and do it. They will arrest him, but they are here causing confusion. The question of ethnicity, we don't have ethnic or religious problem. It is politicians that are dividing us. No tribe buys bread cheaper. No tribe buys food cheaper. It's politicians that are dividing us because we don't want to be divided. And finally, all is fair in politics. Yes, all is unfair is politics because when people are breaking the rules and everything, today in Nigeria, we have a situation where we are saying, what is our qualification to be president? None of you know. What is qualification to be president of Nigeria government? Nobody knows.
It's in the constitution.
No, it's in the constitution. Our own National Assembly said that forgery is not an offense in the electoral matter. Our own assembly said that nothing is. So when we have a case of where we did that, a case of where lunatics are taking over the asylum and decided to cancel all law that makes it work. So all is fair because that's what we need to sustain the rascality.
I don't know if I heard you clearly. Did you say the National Assembly said funding is not?
Fortunately, yes. Fortunately, it's no longer an offense in the electoral matter. So because of it now, we have all is fair. You can't have it everywhere.
No, Brother Peter, I think let's put it into perspective. What they did to the Electoral Act was to say that non-qualification was no longer an election petition sponsor.
You are saying the same thing. That is the same thing you are saying.
So there's no qualification. That means all is fair. All is fair is all is fair.
But it's still a criminal case.
No, it's an electoral matter. In electoral matter. If you don't do it in electoral matter, why are you going to say it's a problem in another matter? We remove it where it gives you. The process through which people come into office is far more fundamental than what they do in that office.
Okay.
That's where we start. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you. I think we have.
Oh, man, like this wonder shall never end. Yes, so. Not be smart, you. So, now, not say today, now they hold the NMB conference, you understand? So, in River State, Amaechi, the life of Amaechi was there, Peter Obi, Oshowore, you understand? So during the conference, one lawyer stood up and said that, and he said to the Amaechi face to face, he said that they will not win 27 election. You understand? He said they will not win the 27 election. He said why they can't join Peter Obi. You understand? As in they come together. So that they can work together. So many things happen. You understand me? So I don't say not be the president, now he be the vice president to article, you understand? So in that message refer to article, you understand? Direct. Now article I get that message, but based on how he come, you understand me? Now this same Amaechi say he cannot be vice president to anybody. You understand now? See now, but now he could be vice president to article now. So that's what it be. Well, I don't matter too much. So many let me share also the thoughts. Now conversation, one of you couple.